Yep, that's right. I'm on my way to go pick up the new engine for the E30. And before you guys say anything, I know, it's definitely not on the top of the list of things I should be buying or doing right now. But being a car guy comes with this curse, and I know you guys know, when you see a good deal, you just can't pass it up, and that's exactly what happened. So a lot of you guys probably know exactly what engine I'm getting. For you guys who don't, I'm sorry, we're not doing no crazy engine swap. I'm not putting no V8, no JDM engine in it, but we're gonna stick with being simple, and that is an S52. If you guys don't know what S52 is, it is a 3.2 liter straight six that came in a late model M3, and it's one bad bitch of an engine, and it will really, really seal the deal on making the E30 like the perfect car, and I'm so excited. So a subscriber actually hit me up and told me he was parting out an M3, decided to give me the engine at a crackhead deal, so of course I can't say no, but it's dark, it's cold, we got a long drive, so let's go grab this engine, we'll bring it back to the shop, we'll talk about it later. I'm just really, really excited, so let's get this over with.
Many minutes later.
What's up, Drew? Let's go, man. So this is the E36 vert that Drew decided to put to the grave, and here we go. And of course, this thing's just as crusty as they all are. These things are always filthy. Man, I thought you said you were gonna clean it.
F you.
So, no, this thing's awesome though. I mean, every BMW motor ever is just so leaky, but we'll be straight. Now the big issue here is this is in the way.
Check it out. Trust this.
Dude, they all get like this. The least favorite step is just clean. Spend it wisely, alright?
Absolutely. You go to good cause. 100%.
Let's get back home. Alright, it is so cold outside, I think both of us had a hard time even talking, but now officially have an S52 in my grasp. Though it does look absolutely filthy, I know it's a good motor. It only has 150K, which is low for these things. I sent a video of it running a few days ago and it sounded amazing. And honestly, it came in an automatic vert. It's probably the least likely M3 to get beaten on ever, unless like the guy who owned it was just a real asshole. But let's get to the shop, unbolt it from this automatic trans, make a huge mess, clean it all up, clean the engine, get to work. You guys know the deal, so.
In a quarter mile, slight right.
Let's hit the road. All right, well, as you guys know, I have done so many 24 valve E36 motors at this point, and this is still probably one of the cleaner ones I've ever had, which is so sad. Ugh. I know the motor looks exactly the same as the motor that's in it now, but just you wait, this thing is gonna be ridiculous. It is literally 15 degrees outside, so I know I'm gonna regret this, but it's worth a shot. I'm absolutely drenched, and it's already, wow, it's already freezing, but engine cleaned up really well. But honestly, good thing we're taking off the oil pan and everything and draining all the fluids and whatever, because I got water in a lot of places that I probably shouldn't have. So let's get back to it. All right, well that was pathetic, but it cleaned up pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed. Look how clean the block looks, at least on this side. That's a big upgrade for just a half-ass spray. I'm actually pretty happy because I thought this was gonna be very, very, very bad. Yeah, not bad. So Now looking at it, it looks like a really nice motor. Cool, the automatic trans is still on it, which sucks because it's a mess and we gotta take it off and it's a pain in the ass. But let's take off the trans, get on the engine stand. And I know you guys have seen me mess with these motors so many times, so I know it's not that exciting in terms of like motor build, but really all we have to do is we gotta do the typical re-gasket everything because it's already out and it's not that expensive. We'll do that. And then as soon as that's done, we can literally pull out the engine that's in there and just swap it around. Because I mean, exterior wise, these engines are identical. Like you couldn't even tell if they're next to each other, but internally they're quite different. And we're looking at a solid 65 horsepower gain. That's what I'm hoping for, around 60 to 65, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but that might not sound a lot, but for a car that only makes 195, around 200 horsepower, an extra 65 horse is a huge deal. So I hope you guys are excited because I'm really excited. All right, let's get to work. But one more thing, like beyond that, it's kind of cool to say that I have an M3 drivetrain in my E30 because it already has the M3 trans. Now it's got the M3 motor. It's pretty cool. Or I'm just a poser. I don't know. Oh, no. Always do this. Oh shit. All right, so it's already pretty late, but I want to rush and get a lot of this taken apart right now, just because I want to make this quick, because I know you guys really don't want to see me do another 24 valve E36 motor, because I've done a bunch of them. But I know in terms of content, the swap isn't really what I was going for. It's more or less, I just really want to S52 in this thing. I know I'll get a lot of comments saying I should have turboed the old motor or did a different swap, but doing anything else would kind of defeat the whole purpose of the car. Like, I love this car because of the simplicity of it. It just doesn't break. It's a seat time car. That's the whole point of it. They're supposed to be simple. And by putting this in, I'll gain, 60 horsepower, which is ridiculous, and not have to sacrifice a bit of reliability to it. And considering all things, it's cheap because I don't gotta buy really anything other than gaskets to put this thing in there, which is pretty cool. Unlike a turbo kit would have been minimal $3 grand, and the fact that a swap would be so much money. So just you wait. You guys are gonna be really surprised by this. I'm really excited. But I already wasted like an hour trying to get the clutch fan off to the point I actually blew apart the water pump pulley, but that's cool. I can actually unbolt the water pump from the block and just pull it all off as one piece. And that's cool because I was gonna do a new water pump anyways. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, what a mess. Every bit of that is just my nightmare. Fuck. I guess I should have expected that. All right, that was super annoying, but back to work. So basically I want to pull everything off the engine. Now on this side right here, we have to pull all this off because the oil housing sits on the side of the block and that gasket fails and they leak oil and they leak everywhere and it's a pain in the ass. So we might as well do that now. If you guys could see on this side, just like the air conditioning stuff, which obviously we're not going to use. So we could just get rid of that stuff. So let's start with the less messy side. Alright, so now it's time to take off all the accessories, and this should be pretty easy, but it might be kind of messy once we take off the oil tree, so we'll find out. Oh, there it goes. Well, it's pretty obvious the car needed an oil change pretty bad, and someone put green coolant in it, which means they didn't do a good job taking care of this car, which kind of sucks, but I still have faith that this thing's stupid healthy. Come on. Yes. Should come right off. Gotta love that. Oof. And as you guys can see, the front main, it looks really dry and crusty, so this is definitely one of the top things on the list that we gotta replace. Because look at this thing, it's just too pretty to leak. All right, well, so stripped down pretty good at this point. Now I just gotta pull the oil pan off and then swap the oil pan with the oil pan in the E30 because it's a completely different pan. We gotta do the valve cover gasket and then obviously put everything back together, which shouldn't be too bad. As you guys saw, it came apart super easy. So getting the S52, super exciting. Refreshing it, not so exciting because you guys have seen it before and whatever, but I'll make sure it goes quick and then we can have some fun trying it out. Though the Lock City drift season is over, there's still a few drift events around here that I do want to try out, and before then, of course, we could take it to Mexico and have some fun. So, but I'm dying to see how this car feels an extra 60 horsepower because it already rages, and I'm really excited. So, but while I have you guys, I want to get you hyped because I said early in the week that we will officially be dropping the merch line at the end of the week, and we're on track to it. And we're on track, we're making great progress, and it looks like we should be good to drop it this weekend, and I'm super, super excited for it. And yeah, quick office update. It's really getting there. So we have everything all set up. Obviously, like, we'll get better flow to stuff, but we have all the tables, computer set up, we got stuff on the walls. It's starting to take shape. It's like really starting to feel like my own spot now, and I love it. I'm so excited. Looks pretty cool, right? Still have a bunch of stuff I want to hang on the walls and make it super tacky, but I'm into that stuff. But though you guys have seen some of the merch in the background of the videos or us wearing it, there's one piece I do want to show you that I'm really pumped about. If you guys remember when we threw the cherry hatch together, I told you guys my buddy made me a pretty cool pineapple gauge pod for the S13. I got a lot of positive feedback on that and you guys really loved it, so I had to make me a bunch more, and these will actually be on the website for you guys to buy. So US13 guys, I made a whole bunch of gauge pods for you. Of course, these fit the 52 mil gauge pods like every other gauge pod holder ever, and of course it has the Jimmy-O touch to it with the pineapple, and they're really nice pieces, so I'm really pumped for those. And of course we have a bunch of other goodies going on too, and as soon as it drops we'll have more coming in, and I'm just really excited. It's gonna be really, really fun, and of course it's gonna help us out huge down here because I'm dying to get into more, I guess, higher end builds, because we've been doing a lot of like the lower budget stuff, and that works. It's amazing. That's what we could afford. But I know you guys are wanting to see something at the next level, and trust me, I'm dying to do it too. So really excited for this. Hope you guys are pumped for me too, even though, like I said, we have done this before, but it'll be worth it, trust. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. But it's super late at this point, and I'm gonna go on the computer and order all the parts so we can get them in ASAP and then go to bed. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.